Yesterday, we showed you a historical snapshot of the crypto markets back in April of last year of 2017. Today, we're looking at an all-time high coinindex.com sorted by percentage from all-time high. You can see the coins that have maintained their value since the crypto storm of 2018 began to blow. Coins like Bytum have only lost 30% from their all-time high. Ontology and Binance has been performing very well, down only 46%. We have A Eternity, Digix, DAO, and surprisingly, and maybe not surprisingly for some of the crypto maniacs out there, Monero is performing quite well. Monero being the most private of coins, arguably, and it's down 62% from its all-time high of $495, currently trading at 186. It's performed slightly better than Bitcoin has from its all-time high of $20,000. So that's interesting to see here. Monero performing better than Bitcoin, holding its all-time high value arguably better than Bitcoin has. And then we got Decred and Litecoin. Litecoin has kaboomed. Yesterday's historical snapshot, let's look at it again. This is a historical snapshot from April of 2017. You could see Litecoin was trading at just $3.26. Bitcoin at $420, Ethereum at 11. And I like to repeat and show you this again because with all the FUD that's going out there in the markets, it seems like people are on the tubes with their head down thinking that crypto's over. And it's important to remember where we were just last year, crypto maniacs. It seems to me like we're in a boom like no other, and perhaps some of the baby bear cubs got spoiled when Bitcoin and some of the other coins touched 20,000. And now, being that it's a little lower, they want to panic, but in my opinion, things are still booming. Today, the price at Bitcoin 7,358, Ethereum 402, Ripple 53, Bitcoin Cash 704. Now, let's talk about which coins do we think are going to survive this crypto storm. Historically, if you could see, back in last year, coins like Factom, Sonero, NEM, Emercoin were in the top 20, Fedora. And if you could see historically, the majority of coins don't make it through the storm. Okay, the majority of coins don't make it to the storm. You see here Agoras, YB Gridcoin. Some of these coins are no longer in the top 20 or the top 25. And you can see this is the markets for today, and you can see the top 20 looks a lot different. So let's go back over here to all-time high coin index and see which coins have been holding their value. Omisigo is holding very, very well. EOS only lost 68%. Ethereum Classic performing well. Out of most of the coins, I believe are going to be failures, and that's just the fact. Most startups end up failing. It's not because they're a scam coin or doing any nefarious activity. It's simply the way that the market works. You could see historically, just most coins don't make it through the storm, and that is something that you're going to have to adjust yourself to if you are going to be in the crypto markets as a crypto maniac boomer worldwide. So which coins do we think are going to hold? I like going with the blue chips, those day one boomers that have been around, that have shown to have the power to weather the storm. So, I'm going to say Monero is one that I have an eye on. And, I've talked about Monero recently, Monero being the most private of coins. And I've said this before, as there is more regulation and more people intruding on privacy, a coin like Monero appears to be the coin that is sticking true to the crypto ethos. We know that crypto was came out or invented arguably because of the flaws of the central banking system, the centralization. Nobody knows what the Federal Reserve is doing. It's never been audited, and all the years of its existence. And crypto emerged shortly after the 2008 economic collapse as an alternative to have a more free and just economic system. Bitcoin has provided that, but now some have argued that now Bitcoin has become more centralized, and I could see the argument, and it's interesting to see which coins are going to weather the storm and stay truer to the crypto ethos. Monero being one that I think that is proving itself to be a boomer, performing better than Bitcoin slightly by 1%. Decred, I don't know much about Decred, but I do know that it has a governance system, if I'm not mistaken. And I've talked about this in prior videos. I find that governance systems are going to be of value moving forward. Ways to resolve disputes on the blockchain. We saw this major dispute happening with Bitcoin back in August 1st of 2017. The coin forked and created Bitcoin Cash. And Bitcoin Cash, I like what it stands for because they're trying to stay true to Satoshi's vision, but arguably they're more centralized with the mining or whatnot. What's interesting is that a lot of, or not a lot of, some vendors online are now accepting Bitcoin Cash. Like, for instance, Bitmain now only takes Bitcoin Cash. They don't take Bitcoin. So if you want to purchase an ant miner or whatnot with cryptocurrency, you're going to have to do it with Bitcoin Cash. We have Litecoin that's been well accepted. And, Litecoin has performed like a straight fourth batter, like a slugger out there, if you ask me. This past year, again, here's the historical snapshot. Litecoin was at just $3.26 this time last year. So, if you got into Litecoin last year, shout out to you. It's booming. Omisco, I'm not sure what the future of Omisco is going to be. Although it's performed well this year, this is another ERC20 token that promises to do some sort of a exchange, if I'm not mistaken. When it comes to ERC20 tokens, I'm calling them into question because we've seen that Ethereum's transactions per second are not as fast as other alternatives are, and Ethereum has not put forth a plan on how they're going to scale this thing to be able to compete on a level that could be used and mass adopted by the crypto maniacs worldwide. So, when it comes to the ERC20 tokens, I just don't know. That leads us to EOS. EOS right now is an ERC20 token, and they're promising to launch a kaboom of crypto blockchain by summer of 2018. This is just speculation. It can go either way. Some are saying that EOS is funny bunny, while others, like myself, are believing in the project. Again, I'm not a pro and I don't have any insight or knowledge or whatnot, but I'm calling it how I feel it, and I'm saying my opinion, being that EOS is developed by Mr. Dan Larimer, and he has a track record of making blockchains that are community driven, and they have a lot of transactions such as BitShares and Steam. I think that EOS possibly could be that one to compete with Ethereum. Now, some rumors have it that EOS is going to allow other tokens and other decentralized applications that are running on Ethereum to easily convert and move on over to the EOS blockchain once it becomes available. So that's one that I have in mind. And then you got Ethereum Classic that hasn't gone away. It simply hasn't gone away. It's performing well. And some argue that Ethereum Classic could do whatever Ethereum does, but for much cheaper. And, that kind of makes sense. I don't know how true that is. And if you have any more insight as to what I just said regarding Ethereum Classic, please drop a comment below and let us know if Ethereum Classic does compete with Ethereum at a lower price. Then you got things like R-Chain, V-Chain, Zilliqa. Those are ones that, I don't know much about them, so, I don't want to say anything bad, but, these coins may or may not make it. A majority of the coins are just simply not going to stay afloat, again, not because they're, rooted in any sort of nefarious activity. It's simply just the way the market moves. The majority of startups and majority of coins are just not going to be able to stay afloat. In this crypto storm, and I've said this before, I find it important to hold on to the blue chip gunners, those tried, true, and tested coins, your Bits, your Lights, your Moneros. This one is proven to be a boomer. And the other coins that I'm looking at, again, are EOS is one that I'm excited about, but again, the community's torn about that. Some say, it's still just all speculation and they're not trusting it. Although, I'm a boomer with Steam and BitShares, and just off the strength of those two blockchains, I believe it to be have a potential. Other coins like Veritasium, OX, Lisk being an Ethereum competitor, these coins have then been silent gunners there. They're around, but they haven't completely kaboomed, so it can go either way. A coin like Augur was a coin that I picked up last year. This one's going to be a predictive marketplace. It's an ERC20 token, but it hasn't really performed the way I like it to. I have hoped it to perform. It did kaboom to 123, but it's lost 77% of its all-time high. You got Lisk, the Ethereum competitor Walton Chain. I've seen the community split with this one 50-50. Some say it's a doomer, others say it's a boomer. Me personally, I don't have any of it, so I don't have a personal opinion. This one's I see it going either way. Waves I like. I like Waves. It seems like they have a community, and their functionality seems to be there. But again, this one has dropped down 77% out there. So then you got coins like Dash. I would have expected Dash to be performing better now and lost less value from its all-time high. But Dash, I like Dash, and I'll tell you, I think this one has promise, being that it has the master nodes. It has a privacy feature, and then I keep going back to this privacy feature. I think that privacy is valuable now in the coming future, the soon. This year, basically, I already see privacy working. And Monero seems to be the evidence of that. And other coins like Komodo, Icon, Populous, those coins, I don't know what to say about them. Unfortunately, BitShares, it's not doing as good as I had expected to be. It seems, the fact with these coins, these Larimer coins, these BitShares and Steam, one thing that I could say in critique about them is that they seem to be a little bit inflationary. The price keeps not the price, the circulation keeps growing, the circulating supply, and that causes the price to go down. So but on the other hand, they have a lot of functionality, and they offer ways to earn passive income. So there's the trade-off. Doggy coin, a lot of people are saying it's garbage, but it's completely not gone away. It was something as a joke, and there it is. It touched even almost 2 cents at one point, and you got the Nano and Status Ripple. These coins, like I said, I don't know what's going to survive out of these top 50 coins or whatnot. My best guess will be to hold on to those blue chippers. Those blue chippers is my best guess. The bits, the lights, and even the ether. Even though there is arguably a problem with the transactions per second out there, Ethereum has a lot of money backing it, and there's a lot of projects, a lot of ERC20 tokens, and perhaps Ethereum still has some room to grow, and Ethereum still is highly profitable to mine. I just did one of the mining videos talking about GPU and ASIC mining. It's probably the last video, and coins like what websites like what should I mine or what to mine are listing Ethereum as one of the boomers to mine as far as profitability. But drop a comment below. What do you think are the coins that are going to survive this crypto storm? The majority are not. Again, my call is the big blue chips. I'm not looking into these baby bear penny coins or whatnot. I'm into the long boomers. When it comes to these cryptos, it's the bits, the lights, the Moneros, maybe taking a risk with the EOS if you believe in it, holding on to the Ether. I've been a believer in Ethereum heavily since at least last year. And then and another coin that I do like, and I've talked about before, is NEO, the Ethereum, the Chinese Ethereum. This one, it hasn't been around that long. In this historical snapshot that I showed you guys, NEO didn't exist last year as NEO. NEO was formerly AntShares, and ever since they did the rebrand, it seems like they're kabooming out there. So I'm looking forward to what NEO has to offer. It looks like they also have some development teams there trying to do what they can to kaboom that blockchain as well. So, NEO's one that I would keep in the bag personally, in my opinion. And again, Champagne is not a professional crypto investor, and I don't have any direct connections to anybody at these coins. So I'm just calling it how I see it, and I encourage you guys to drop a comment below and keep the conversation going out here as this 2018 crypto storm blows over. And I just also want to keep reminding you guys that don't worry about some of the propaganda that's on Reddit and some of the other cryptocurrency websites trying to spread a lot of fear and act like crypto's done with, when the fact is that crypto is up and booming like no other compared to last year. Again, Litecoin was about $3 just this time last year, and we're at 43 right now. At 125 right now after an all-time high of 375. So I personally, Champagne and the day one crypto boomers are should not be breaking a sweat out there. I mean, everything seems to be on the up and up, and you know Champagne, it thinks it's a boom. So I'm spreading that positive crypto energy. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit like, make sure you stay tuned in and share the videos. Let the globe know that Champagne's on the networks daily, spreading that good crypto word, continuing to separate the men from the mice, the pits from the poodles, the victors from the victims. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.